Welcome to the fourth edition of How to Save America. In order to properly wage this battle, we've got to understand the stakes. Why is liberty so important? What is liberty that makes it so important? And are we really prepared for the consequences of liberty? Let's address each one of these issues. True liberty means that no man lives at the expense of another, that no man has the right to take another man's value. Liberty means being free from force or fraud in one's actions. Or as Thomas Jefferson put it, no man has a natural right to commit aggression on the equal rights of another, and this is all from which the laws ought to restrain them. Why is it so important? Because it is through the free exercise of our reason and will that we provide for our needs. The work of our minds and hands is what provides us with our basic necessities, and any additional luxuries that we may acquire that make our lives more enjoyable. The result of our work is property, and property is the foundation of liberty, or as John Adams said, property must be secured, or liberty cannot exist. If the value we produce is not our own, if our property is not ours, we are slaves. If someone has the ability to take our property for whatever reason, we are slaves. The amount of theft may be 10% or 95 or 100%, it doesn't matter. Because the principle behind it is that your property, the value of your life, is at the disposal of the looter, and it is simply his whim that determines how much he takes and how much he allows you to keep. When the IRS takes a percentage of your pay, it is theft. When you work, you trade some of your limited time on earth for the money, the property, you use to provide for your needs. And then the taxman comes along and takes some of it. For what? So he can eat better than you, or have better health care, or better benefits? When you sell something, and the taxman demands his percentage of the value of that transaction, he is stealing value and contributing nothing. For what? To pay for the tax courts and prosecutors that prosecute you outside the judicial system if you don't pay your protection money? When the bureaucrat comes into your home or business and forces you to comply with one of the millions of regulations the government produces, he is stealing your time and money. And for what? To justify the existence of ever more bureaucrats whose job has nothing to do with protecting our rights? They exist only to harass us and eat out of our sustenance. It is wrong, it is immoral, and under our constitutional system, it is illegal. Unfortunately, this is America today, a nation based on theft and slavery. I'm sure you know that, and you want it to stop. But do you really? You see, there are consequences to liberty that few of us have thought of, and perhaps few of us are ready to accept, because we have all been part of this system for all our lives. This is where our supposedly conservative politicians fail us. They want to, quote, reform the system, welfare reform, tax reform, regulatory reform. They just want to tweak the system to make it less offensive or wasteful or inefficient. I, for one, don't want a system of theft that is more palatable and efficient. I don't want to choose my poison. There is either liberty or there is not. Any degree of theft is immoral. Any portion of poison is still poison. It just may take longer to kill you. If you agree, are you really ready for the consequences? Because our nation's governmental system and its related social system is based on theft, most of us are the recipients of stolen goods. Everything we receive from government, any welfare program, including Social Security insurance, subsidies, favors, it all comes at the expense of another individual who had to produce some value by the sweat of his brow, which was then stolen. Now, if you believe that is wrong, and I hope you do, are you ready to live without the so-called benefits of all those stolen goods? Are you ready to be responsible for your own retirement and health care? Are you ready to be an educated consumer who no longer relies on a multitude of government agencies that are supposed to keep us safe and fail miserably, I might add? Are you prepared for a life where the only safety net is the voluntary cooperation of your family and friends? Are you really ready to be responsible for your liberty? If you are, start withdrawing from this immoral system. Be responsible for yourself. Rebuild your family and community relationships. Again, these are simple steps you can take to restore our nation. And my guess is you're going to find them fulfilling as well, because you will be acting morally once again. There is no reform of an immoral system. If we are successful in restoring our nation, we must be prepared to once again place value solely on our voluntary associations for commerce and assistance. That is the system that made America the wealthiest and most generous nation ever. And that is the America I want to see again. Until next time, may God be with us, and may we always act with honor and justice.